Thank you so much. Sayani is here. Big hand, guys. Thank you so much, Sayani.
Thank you. Hi, guys. How are we? Oh, such sweet smiling faces. Hi, Rohit.
Hi, good to see you, especially after watching Delhi Crime, the new season. Well done. What an incredible role. What an incredible job. I want to take you back to when you signed this. It's a the way you pulled off was very cool with your swag, which you always do. Were there any apprehensions of doing it? Yes, no. Did you think कि ये करूँ नहीं करूँ?
Well, thank you. We did the interviews together, and
Yes.
you were one of the first people to actually see the
Yes.
first few episodes, and I still haven't seen the show, as I was telling you backstage. The apprehension, no. I sort of, once I read the script, there was a certain scope to the part, and I just felt that there was a lot more that can be done.
Right.
And I think Tanuj Chopra, who's so fantastic as a director, he gave me that scope and really opened up the floor for me and said, do whatever you want. And he gave me the freedom to actually write my scenes, improvise, take the scenes in the directions I wanted to. And yeah, so I've written rhymes, I've literally created, constructed the character with Tanuj. And I think Tanuj and I were always on the same page in terms of where we could take Kusum. And those spaces were slightly left of center. You know, those spaces were slightly unconventional in terms of where even Delhi Crime had gone as a show, you know, because it's such a well-made show and free season after season.
Right.
For me to be a new entrant and then sort of mess it up a little bit was really fun.
Wow, you know, to make a character like this your own, when you read it and then you think कि अरे क्या पहनेगी, कैसे behave करेगी, कैसे बात करेगी, how she will be with the other girls who she's taking to different places. What all goes through your mind? What was the plan that you sat in the night that I'll make it this?
You know, it's very interesting because every character that I have played so far, I work very closely and I love working with clothes and costumes and accessories and makeup. In fact, Sunaina, who's actually here, who does my makeup, there was so much detail that goes into creating every look. And I think, you know, an actor does the part, but it's an entire team that come together to sort of create that character, you know, in terms of... So for Kusum, for example, the clothes were Kritika and, you know, the team did such a good job with costumes. They were the dirtiest clothes I'd ever seen, you know, with bling and animal print. And I used to say, you will not find me dead in animal print and bling. And that's all we put on Kusum. And which really worked well for the character, you know. And she's a sparkle and she's loud and she's... you can't miss her in a crowd, you know. But in terms of, again, constructing her, I always felt like she's like a little mouse, you know. She's a survivor. She's going to walk very close to the walls and, you know, she'll have her secret burrows and holes that she's going to go and hide and have her like little food sort of hidden away, even from Meena or Badi Didi or, you know, even her peers and boss. So I think like for Jolly LLB 2, you know, which is a film I did years ago, and people still talk about it, and I'm very grateful. I had put a little bus ticket under her watch, you know, and again, like people were like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it can't even be seen when you see the whole film.
Correct.
But those are the little things because growing up, I had seen, you know, in Calcutta, I had seen, you know, I'd see women sort of putting the bus ticket under their watch.
Right.
You know, those little things in Article 15, even the plastic or packet I carry, I had actually like taken it out from one kitchen counter that I was like, oh, मेरे पास शायद ऐसा एक plastic है जो इस film के लिए, इस character के लिए, you know. So again, it's very, very exciting, like you said, and a lot of these ideas come in the middle of the night when, you know, suddenly I'll be watching TV or, you know, even like going through the script and I'd be like, oh, okay, what do I have? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
So yeah, that's why I hoard and I don't throw away clothes because you never know what
Yeah.
comes handy.
You know, this is the appearance part of this character, कि क्या पहनती है, कैसी दिखती है, कैसे चलती है, and these are the nuances that you just said. The other part is the moralistic part. ये, what she's doing, it's so wrong. You know, when you think of this, you know, one is, of course, everyone has a story. Like you said, she's a hustler. She has her own story, survival and all that. When you think of the other side of it, what this girl, this woman does is, in the larger scheme of things, so wrong to so many other girls. How do you switch on, switch off?
I don't think it's a switch on, switch off really. One is doing the job.
Yes,
My
which is
job is
giving
to
to
show
you.
up and play this character, play this part with the truth of that moment.
Yeah.
You know, at the moment. But the larger, the macro is the reality we all live in.
Correct.
Which is why it's important that a show like Delhi Crime gets made.
Yeah,
You know, a
yeah.
film, I'd done a film called Dear Men, you know, a short film, which is based on this person, you know, who is a journalist who's rescued a lot of women, a lot of little girls and children. And it's important that we keep talking about it because that's our reality, that's the reality we live in.
Yeah.
And like in our interview, I was saying that till the day every child, every girl is safe
Yeah.
out in the streets, irrespective of what they're wearing, what time of day, irrespective of anything, we cannot sit still.
Yeah.
You know, that conversation needs to keep happening
Correct.
in whatever way possible,
Yeah.
right? But when it comes to the morality of Kusum and, you know, you have to show the bad guy in order to show the entire
Story has to be
scenario.
told.
Exactly,
Yeah,
you know, and I don't think you can have morality like that when you're
Yeah.
playing a part because you can't really judge a character that
True,
you're
true,
playing.
true.
You have to be empathetic. And everyone, like Kusum, for example, she's a survivor, but she's also an oppressed. You know,
Yeah.
she's the oppressed who's become an oppressor, right? She refuses to be a victim in the hands of the system.
Right.
But she is a victim,
Yeah.
whether she realizes it or not. You know, she doesn't really have a choice,
Right.
right? So she's making her choices, so to
Right.
say, but all she's trying to do is survive and not die, literally,
yeah.
you know? And in the way, trampling on everything else, everybody else that is coming, you know, and she's ruthless.
Yeah.
She's ruthless
She's
because she
ruthless,
needs
yeah.
to survive.
You know, one is, you know, you've taken such different roles all through your career. If I was just thinking of your filmography, everything is different from one another. How important is it to be a part of a hit show like Delhi Crime, जो सब देख रहे हैं, जो सबने देखा है, that it should be on your filmography also?
Yeah, Rohit, I don't think you can predict hit,
कौन सा
right?
चलेगा?
Because when we did Inside Edge, which was India's first ever OTT show, nobody really knew what we were doing. Even the makers, you know, it was a very new format, right? We all tried to make a good show. It got nominated for the Emmys.
Yeah.
For the first time, an Indian show was getting nominated. Even now, people are like, you know, I literally was in a tiny village outside of Venice. And these people came up and like, when is it coming out? And I get asked all the time. Four Shots for example, we had no idea it's going to be this kind of a phenomena.
Yeah.
You know? With Delhi Crime, again, that also got nominated for the Emmys, right?
Yes.
Delhi Crime went on to win the Emmys. And I remember it was the same year that Four Shots got nominated. And we were anyway watching the Emmys. And I was jumping and screaming and squealing when Delhi Crime won because it felt like a joint win, right? It was a collective win for us. With Delhi Crime, again, it is a really good show. I haven't really heard anyone say, I didn't like it. You know, everyone sort of loves the show. I haven't seen any of Delhi Crime, including season 1 or 2 or 3.
अभी अपना सीजन भी आपने नहीं देखा है?
नहीं, अपना सीजन भी नहीं देखा है, टाइम नहीं मिला है मुझे पर मैं देखूंगी बैठ के और मुझे like Rasika was here, right? And she told me first watch season 1, start from season 1. So Rasika and Shafali have told me you have to start from season 1. I hadn't seen season 1 because I thought I'd be triggered and it was too close to home and our, you know, things that are happening and things are not very different now also, right? And And then I just didn't end up watching the rest. And Tanuj said, you don't have to in order to do this because, you know, Kusum is a completely fresh character and all of that. But yeah, at some point, I think whether a show is a hit or a film is a hit, I think if done well and with all you can do is do it with the right intent.
True, true. You know, it's interesting that you say you didn't watch, you know, you're thinking of watching the first season still because it's triggering, and then you become a part of the show that time. How do you exactly, don't you, like, how do you keep that distance that I won't get triggered when I'm a part of it, when I'm reading it, doing it?
I don't think you can. I think, you know, as actors, we are very strange in our wiring. And I think it's extremely compartmentalized, everything we do. So I could have a really bad day before coming on stage, for example. I didn't, but you know, I could. Or I could be really sick or whatever it is. But when it comes to doing that part, everything else sort of blurs out, you know, and you're zooming in, and that's why the focus, and that's why acting is a skill, you know, which is completely blurring and fading everything else out and just concentrating on that. And honestly, I had a great time playing the bad guy, thrashing those girls. And we had a great camaraderie. In fact, the girls would be very happy, and they later told me, they were like, we are so happy, we keep discussing, it's Kusum Day today, you know?
So fun,
and which is so sweet. So I was like, you guys like getting thrashed, huh? But I had a really, really good relationship with them. And I was extremely gentle with them off screen.
Right.
You know?
Right. You know, 4 More Shots, it went on to becoming a big hit. It looks great fun. Are you all having as much fun on the set with are your girls, 4 of you? Are you all really enjoying it as much as we are watching?
No. Because to look like that, it's a lot of work. And to get 4 women ready on time with hair, makeup, costume is a nightmare, okay? And everything is running late. Something, you know, somebody's hair will go out of place and then everybody else has to wait. And it's a show where everything else is happening, but looks are also very important, you know? And in fact, I remember doing an interview. And they were like, oh, this must be really easy. I was like, quite the opposite, actually. Playing a Gora in Article 15 is way easier because I don't have to care about where the hair is going and, you know, how I'm sitting and, you know, the dust on my... Here, everything needs to be prim and proper.
Perfect,
and you could have given a perfect shot in terms of performance and one hair is sticking out, one flyaway, and you'll have to redo that take. And it's not fun as an actor. So, yeah... Not so fun.
Like I remember Rangita Nandi, we were interviewing her also. Rangita, so I said, wow, this looks great fun. Saying, try getting them out of the vanity van. Saying,
But I mean, I always come on time. I am just saying it.
Yes, she was here also on time. What do you want to tell them, people who are watching this also, where all will they see you next? What's the plan?
The plan is to do a lot more and to keep at it because that's really important. And to do it and have fun along the way and do this with good people. And 4 More Shots is coming out soon. So,
Super, super. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, all of you. I love seeing smiley faces.